Hello, people, places. How is your life going? Taking care of others and completely being a supporting character in your life? Okay, jokes apart. People pleasing is a real bad thing. You might be even doing it without even realizing it. People pleasing can have a big impact on our mental health and emotional health. If you find yourself in situations where you have to say no, you want to say no, but you are saying yes constantly and doing things for others at the expense of your own well being, then you are caught up in a people pleasing cycle. There is a lot more to people pleasing than you actually know. So let me break it down to you. Number one, people pleasing comes from a fear of rejection or conflict. People pleasers go out of their way to make everyone happy because they're afraid that if they say no, someone may not like them or someone might not include them in their circle. They worry that if they say no, someone will disapprove of them or leave them. People pleasing often starts from childhood or early relationships where approval was tied to their worth. Number two, people pleasing requires a lot of energy and you will eventually burn out because of it. You're always giving, sacrificing your own needs, and overextending yourself. Eventually, this leads to exhaustion physically, mentally, and emotionally. You might start to feel drained and being disconnected from yourself because people pleasing is not a one time thing. If you do that one time, people will expect you to do that and sacrifice yourself again and again. And if you do that constantly, you will lose your true self. That is number three. It often results in lack of authenticity. You will lose your true self in the process of people pleasing because you're so focused on pleasing others. You start doing things just because you wanted to meet those expectations and not because you actually wanted to do that. Over time, this disconnect can make you feel like you're living someone else's life rather than your own. You feel like a supporting character in someone else's life where you should be the main character. The best example I can give is married Indian women, especially from a generation back. They literally devoted their life to serve their husband and their kids. And in the process of that, they lost themselves, they lost their true self. After a few years, they don't even know what they truly like, what are their needs. Number four, it creates codependent relationships. In relationships where one person is always pleasing the other, a codependent dynamic can form. One person relies on the pleaser's behavior for their own sense of self worth, while the pleaser sacrifices their own needs to maintain the relationship. This creates an unhealthy pattern that can lead to resentment, imbalance, and dependency. Number five, it can erode self esteem. People pleasers think that how much they serve others and how much they please others is directly proportional to their self worth. They relate their self worth on how much they can please other people. If they are constantly seeking approval and doing things to make others happy, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy when they don't get the validation they are seeking. And their sense of self becomes tied to external factors only, rather than being grounded in their own beliefs and their values. Number six, people pleasing is often a habit that is formed over time. People pleasing does not always start as a conscious decision. It is something that builds over time, maybe as a survival mechanism in childhood or certain life situations. Over time, the need to please others become a habit. So it takes awareness and a lot of effort to actually break that cycle. If you have been a people pleaser all your life, it takes a lot of effort from you to realize your self-worth and to stop people pleasing for good. That's why I'm going to talk about how to stop people pleasing and start pleasing yourself. You are not a supporting character in someone else's life. You are the main character in your life. So how to actually stop people pleasing? Number one, become aware of your patterns. That is becoming aware of when you are doing it. Pay attention to the situations that trigger your people pleasing tendencies. Do you say yes when you really wanted to say no? Do you feel guilty or anxious when you are trying to set a boundary with a person? Become aware of this. Awareness is a key to change this pattern. Number two, learn to set boundaries because healthy boundaries are a key to self worth, self respect, and maintaining your energy. Start small, start by saying no when you don't want to do something, and practice setting limit with others. It's completely okay to put yourself first. The people who actually respect you and the people who love you for who you are will understand that, and they will appreciate your boundaries and they will not judge you for setting boundaries. Those are the people you have to hold on to. Number three, understand that you can't please everyone. Realizing that pleasing everyone is not possible and it is not your job to make other people happy. You don't have to take on the emotional responsibility of everyone and their needs. Remember that your worth is not tied to what you do for others or how much you do for others. And it's okay to disappoint people sometimes. If you don't, you will spend the whole life pleasing others and not taking care of yourself. Number four is shifting your mindset. You do not need external validation. You should be capable of validating yourself. You don't have to seek permission every single time. If you do something and you think that is great, it is great. It's not that someone else has to say that it is great. Instead of asking, what will they think of me? Start asking, what do I want or what do I need in this situation? Start making decisions based on what is best for you and not what will make others happy. Number 5, practice self care and self compassion. People pleasers often neglect their own needs and they forget to take care of themselves because they're so busy taking care of others. Making self care a priority will change everything. Whether it's taking time to rest, pursue your hobbies, or spending time with people who uplift you. Practice being kind to yourself and understand that you don't have to take care of everyone and everyone's emotional needs. You don't have to do everything to be worthy of love and acceptance. Number 6, learn to tolerate discomfort. Saying no the first time, definitely uncomfortable, but it is important to lean into that discomfort. You may fear disappointing others or getting into conflict, but that discomfort is just temporary. Over time, you will become more confident, standing firm in your decisions, and you will begin to feel empowered. Number 7, stop feeling guilty for prioritizing yourself. One of the most important things to understand is that your needs are just as important as everyone else's needs. You deserve to prioritize your health, you deserve to prioritize your happiness, and you deserve to prioritize your peace of mind. Let go of guilt when you take care of yourself or when you take a little bit of rest. Understand that setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and not selfishness. People pleasing often comes from a place of love or wanting to avoid conflicts, but it can harm your emotional well-being in the long run. By becoming aware of your people pleasing tendencies and actively practicing self-love, setting boundaries, and self-compassion, you can break free from the people pleasing cycle you have been in from your childhood and start living more authentically. Remember, you're worthy of love and respect and care just as you are. You don't have to be a certain way or you don't have to please others to be worthy of love and respect. And you don't have to sacrifice yourself to earn that. That's it. That's the end of the video. I hope you have liked this. I hope that you all stop people pleasing after watching this video and after implementing these practices I mentioned in this video. So don't forget to give a thumbs up, comment down below your thoughts, or DM me on Instagram for any questions you might have. Let me know your feedback. Subscribe to this channel, share this video with all your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.